What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Random, and today I'm excited because I finally got my WordPress going. So I'm going to, in this video, we're going to install. This is kind of like a what to do next after installing your WordPress. Now, some of these tips, I'm going to show you my source for them, but I'm not going to do everything on that source page. But I am going to do most of the things on that page, so I am going to include that source. Anyways, so first thing we want to do is log into our website. Now, after installing WordPress on the server or the LAMP server, the first thing I do is go to settings. Well, you got to log in first, but I'm going to show you my login. But yeah, so you would log in and edit the site title and the tagline. Taglines look good, feel good. And the WordPress URL is, for me, it's HTTPS, and then the address and the site address is the same thing, because whenever somebody's surfing on your website, that's what's going to show on the browser is your address URL. You can change the address URL, but it's a little bit more advanced than what I'm going to cover in this video. So anyways, we're going to put the admin email, stuff like that. Everything else you can just leave it default. That's pretty much it. If you need anything else with that, let me know. So it's important to use, moving on from that, it's important to use HTTPS when setting up a URL. So you're going to need a certificate on your server. And I was going to make a video on how to set that up, but I had trouble and I ran into trouble, so I messed up halfway through it and got mad and deleted all of it. So I don't have that video. And I might make it one of these days, but right now I'm not gonna do it. Spent about maybe 5-6 hours trying to figure out why my server wasn't getting that part installed. Figured it out. Here we go. But you want that certificate set up on your server so that you can process SSL traffic. And that's so hackers won't be able to just pick up traffic from customers going in and out of your website or visitors or things like that. It makes it very difficult for them to do that. Now, the next thing is there's different things here. Now, I don't have a mail server yet, but I will. That's one of the next things I'm going to do. That's where I would put in the information. So things could well, actually, I take that back. This is for posting via email, so you can do posts on your website from an email from a server. I don't know, I don't do that. I don't know if anybody does, but I don't do it. So here you can, on your home page, you can do your latest post, or you can do a static page. You can edit the page however you want. You have to create a page under pages to do that. That's not part of this video, but I could show you how to do that in another one if you want. So a bunch of different things you want to click on here. Anyone can post a comment or email me whenever anybody posts a comment and stuff like that. So this is pretty much self-explanatory. Now for media, here's the defaults that the website will have. Now some of this you might want to adjust it depending on your theme or what you're trying to do, but this is where you would go for that. Now permalinks. Permalinks is, I would change the permalinks. I would have it to post name. That makes it better. It's easier to link for search engines and for humans to go to the post name instead of something crazy that something else. So here, like say the page you're working on is for sneakers, and your sneakers are called Tom Sneakers. So if we're using post name, the link to that page would be www.abc.com/Tom Sneakers. You know, whatever, something simple like that. Now you can pick whatever you want, but I always use post name, and post name is what's recommended to use as a permalink. This is called permalink settings. Now, as far as I'm going to save that. As far as the user go, the private policy, this is more for if you are gonna keep any kind of people's information. So if you're gonna have a store or some sort of blog or stuff like that with credit cards or people interacting with your website a lot, it's good to have a privacy policy page set up. And I am gonna do that, but that's outside of the scope of this video. And as far as users go, I created a user for me with my email and stuff like that so people could contact me for my store. You don't have to do that, but I did because I'm going to have a WooCommerce store running on here. And I'm going to set that up, and that's going to be a different video, probably the next one. And I ended up deleting all the sample comments, like the sample page I'm going to delete. I don't want anything going on there right now. And all the comments that I deleted, because WordPress will automatically add comments, like that will add sample comments. So I delete all that crap. You don't have to, but I did. I mean, you're gonna have to eventually, so it won't show because it's just an example. Now for themes, I always have just the theme that I'm gonna use. So when possible, I delete them. And what I do, there's a few ways to delete them. One is you can go on the web server side, FTP in there, delete them that way, or you can just delete them like this. I'm going to install another theme here in a minute. I'm going to show you how to do that. So we click on theme details, bottom right, delete. There we go. So I'm going to install another theme, so that's fine if we delete those. Now this part right here is called a Favicon or whatever, however you want to call it. I have one ready to go. And I'm going to find it, and then I'm going to show you how I install it. So I can't find my fave icon thing. There's a website that you can generate it. It's free. I'm going to post a link on the bottom, but it's called faveicon.io. So I have a PNG file. I'm not going to show you how that works or anything like that, but that's where you would go to do it. So I'm going to just get the file and show you on WordPress how to install it. Sorry everyone, I forgot to tell you how to get to this part. So basically there's two ways or a few ways to get here, but one way that I do it is I just go to themes in the menu of WordPress and then go to configure or customize, or you can go to the appearance section of the menu and then go click on customize, and it'll take you there. And another thing, the reason why my logo has a black background is because I used a transparent PNG file. And basically, to make it simple, is the transparent PNG file takes up the color of the background, so it's see-through, to make it simple. And because there's nothing there for it to be see-through, like there's nothing there, just the computer automatically picks black as a background. I know it's kind of silly the way it does it, the way it looks, but I fixed it, so no worries. So yeah, go to either themes, customize, or go to your appearance and then customize or change the configuration, and that's it. So here, add it, upload it, that's it. So yeah, add new, upload theme, choose the file. There it goes, hit open, uploads it, and that's it. But this is how you go about installing it. I'll put the link to that theme that I was telling you about at the bottom. I'm going to install this theme and then activate it. So yeah, installing a anti-spam is very important. Now there's several of them that you can install. There's some that are way better than others, but a lot of these won't let you use it for commercial use. So then just do the pretty much any one of these, the one with the highest ratings. The one I've used in the past actually is the Kismet spam protection. That's great, it works really good. The only thing is you can't use it with a commercial website unless you pay. For now, I'm on a really limited budget. I just did upgrades to my server, did all kinds of stuff, so I'm on a budget. So yeah, for now I want to find something that's free, and then once I get more traffic, more revenue, stuff like that, then I'll be able to upgrade. So yeah, but if I were you, if you're just doing a regular non-commercial website, then yeah, feel free to install one of these. And I know what you're thinking. Some of you might be like, well, I'll install it, how are they gonna know? I'll just pretend like it's non-commercial. They're not gonna know. They're gonna know, because they have automated systems that will detect how many times you hit their servers and stuff like that. So anyways, yeah, so just install this one if you're using regular non-commercial stuff, and you'll be fine. Another great way to stop people from posting a lot of bad words or bad things is to create a blacklist. And to do that, you go to settings, then discussion, and here at the bottom you can put right here words that you don't want in there. And in the example that this guy gives, he has a lot of words on there that are pretty good to add on here. So depending on what you're going to use this for, then you're going to want to create this list. Since I'm using it for WooCommerce and people are going to be able to leave comments on products, I don't want them to saying any of these things, because most of the time they're just going to say, oh hey, it's great, or not, you know. So yeah, so that's SEO stands for search engine optimization. Basically what that does is it makes it easier and puts everything organized so search engines will find your website faster and better, and it puts everything all neat and lovely for websites, and it tells you what to do so websites can find you, keywords, things like that. There's a lot better explanations out there for SEO, but it is something you need, especially if you're going to do commerce or something where you want a lot of traffic, or something that you want search engines to grab your stuff or easily find your stuff. Not grab your stuff like, you know what I mean, giggity. But the best one that I've used or heard about as well is Yoast. I've heard a lot of good things about them. I've used them for years, and it's one of the easiest ones that I've used. So that's the one I would recommend. I think the guide also recommends that one too. And so that's the one that I'm going to use. I'll make another video about how I set up my website on that. That'll be a whole different video. So we're going to keep moving forward. Now, the next thing you want to install is the Google Analytics. That will keep track of traffic on your website and keywords and people, what they search, and all kinds of stuff. Pretty much everything, because Google is in everything and they know everything. So you install that and you'll have access to all that information that you want. Now I'm going to install this one here. There's a WooCommerce one. It doesn't have very good reviews, so I'll have to do more research on that one, but I might end up needing that one. But for now, I'm going to do this one. Now there's, again, several different videos that I can make about that, but if you are going to use the sitekit from Google, you are going to have an analytics account created. But anyways, yeah, so you'd have to create an account with them if you don't have it. Yeah, my router's not letting me through it. It's because of it's blocking the tracking part of it. My firewall blocks a lot of trackers and a lot of, it's a big explanation. But anyways, that's where you would go to set up an account. If y'all need me to make a video about that and how to set that up, I will. That's another video by itself. Now here we go to the optimization. Now there's a lot of different ways to cache WordPress caching. Basically what that means is it's like you're creating a little buffer. So the goal of an optimizer for WordPress is to basically make everything faster. It'll compress things, it'll have a page cache, it'll tune things out, tune scripts, make them smaller or combine them, and it'll make images better. There's several different caches for WordPress, several different ones. The best one I've ever used is called Rocket Express, or it's WP. So it's wp-rocket.me. That's one of the best ones that I've used, and the last time I checked, it had the highest reviews, the best performance. And eventually, once I get more revenue stream, I'm going to install that on my WordPress. But for now, there's other free ones. So the other free one that I would recommend that I've used before is W3 Total Cache and Super Cache. There, but there's all kinds of them out there to use. Now, how to use it, that's a whole different other video. How to set it up, as far as the settings you're gonna need, that's a whole different other video. But there's other things to install eventually that'll help you boost your speed on your website, but this is part of it, and the SEO is also part of it. Now, the image compression that I was telling you about, that's also a big part of it, especially if you're gonna have a lot of pictures. But you're definitely gonna want something like that, and that adds up too, especially if you have space problems. A lot of images, large images, are gonna take up space. It'll take a long time to load, stuff like that. That's about it. So I think that's about it. Descriptions for the first plugins you're gonna want to install in the WordPress, just to get you going. These are optional, but some people would be like, oh, just go ahead and do it. Or more security things. For example, security plugins. There's things that you're gonna want for security that will enhance your WordPress security. Now, there's tons and tons of different plugins that companies and people make security. Now, there's a bunch of different ones out there that you can use, but that's what I've heard. That's a pretty good one. Another thing that I would recommend is backups. There's several different plugins for backups. There's tons and tons and tons, but you can even get the plus ones or not the plus ones, whatever. But I would pick one and save stuff to the cloud and save stuff locally. Like if you have a server, save stuff to your server and then save something to the cloud. You want to have at least a minimum of 2 places where you're saving information for your website. Because if you save stuff on your server could catch on fire, could get stolen, it could get damaged, whatever. Water pipes can bust. Who knows? Tornado can come and get it. But if you save stuff on your server and the cloud, you're good. The point is to have a backup. I'm gonna pick one of these, and I'll go from there. So, but I just wanted to put that out there. If you need help on how to set up backups, that's a whole different video. Give me a comment. I am gonna make one. Just letting you know. But just letting you know now, really quick, that you're gonna need it. The last thing that I'm gonna talk about, and that I think it's important to have on a WordPress, especially if you're doing commerce, is about pages. An about us, a privacy policy page, a shipping policy page, and a terms of service page. You're gonna want stuff like that on your website. Create pages like that, have a link at the bottom or somewhere on your website at the top with all that information. You might want to have more stuff, but at least that, terms of service, privacy policy, a contact us page, things like that. 1, it's professional. 2, people are going to need to see that, and in some locations it's required by law to have it. And also you want a terms of service because you want people to know what the rules of your website are, how you what the terms are. Like for example, one of the main things I always put on mine is that it's 18 or over only. It's designed for 18 and over only. 18 over, people can use it. If you're under 18, you should not be there without parents' permission, stuff like that. That's one of the main things I want to put on there. And there's other things too. They have templates that'll cover it, but you want to go through there and make sure it covers what you need, stuff like that. But I think that I'm going to end the video with that. I know I left some things out. This is a rush video, but I think this will help you out for people that are rookies, that are green, that are beginners. This is the first time doing this. It's going to help you out pretty good. If you've already been in this world or gotten into it, you're going to be like, oh, you forgot this, you forgot that, I'll kill you, I hate you. I know, I get it, sorry. But for beginners, this is going to help you out. If you need help with something, let me know. Leave a comment or send me a message on Discord. And I'm making videos now weekly, so please follow me and I'll follow you back if I can. or I'll pretty much answer anything, any comments anywhere when I get a chance. And that's what I mean by follow. Sorry, I meant leave a comment. I'll comment back. And that's pretty much it. So follow me, like, share, subscribe, everything like that. Love you. Bye.